Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're tackling a mystery I think pretty much all of us can relate to. Ever feel like your dog is literally your shadow? I mean, no matter where you go in the house, they are right there, following your every single move. You stand up, boom, they stand up. You walk to the kitchen, right on your heels. Even when you just need a quick minute to go to the bathroom, yep, there they are, just waiting patiently right outside the door. And, at first it's endearing, right? It's super cute. But eventually, you kind of have to stop and wonder, why? Why do they follow our every single move?
So is it love? Is it just a habit? Or is there actually something deeper going on here? It's honestly so easy to just write it off and assume our dogs are just being a little clingy, but I really want to validate your experience here. There is actually a whole lot more going on beneath the surface. Throughout this explainer, we're going to peel back the layers of canine biology and psychology. We're going to figure out if this shadowing behavior is just an adorable little quirk or if it's rooted in something much, much more complex. Let's dive in.
Okay, let's start with Section 1, Instincts and Pack Mentality. So way before dogs were lounging around on our comfortable living room rugs, they had this incredibly rich, wild ancestral history. Dogs aren't just random solitary animals. They evolved from a very long line of pack animals. Out in the wild, survival literally depended entirely on the group, and every single group had a clear leader. Well, that ancient evolutionary trait, it's still completely hardwired into their brains today. It's called pack mentality, which is basically the instinctual drive to stay close to a group's leader for safety and protection. And here is the absolute most crucial part of all of this. In your dog's eyes, you are that leader. Following you around the house is just their instinctual way of staying close to safety. It's their deep-seated biology telling them, hey, stay with the one who protects you. That's exactly why even the most independent, stubborn dog in the world will still keep a close eye on you from all the way across the room.
Moving right along to Section 2, Love and Learned Behaviors.
All right, so we've talked about the pure biology side of things, but it's definitely not just raw instinct driving this. We've got to look at the psychology and the pure affection involved here too. You see, following you is very often an expression of genuine, unadulterated love. When your dog looks at you and interacts with you, their brain actually releases oxytocin. That's the exact same hormone us humans release when we feel deeply connected to someone we love. To your dog, you're literally their entire world. You feed them, you care for them, you give them all the attention. But beyond that powerful chemical bond, dogs are incredibly smart animals, and they pick up on patterns very, very quickly. Kitchen, that equals food. Leash, that equals a walk. The couch, well, that obviously equals cuddles. They realize that when you start moving around, good things are probably going to happen. So they follow you because they've actually learned to expect something good. It's not random at all. It's a highly intelligent, learned behavior.
Which brings us to Section 3, Boredom and Emotional Connection.
Sometimes the reason your dog is tailing you is actually way simpler than pack mentality or these deep psychological patterns. Honestly, your dog might just be bored. If they don't have enough toys or exercise or just overall mental stimulation, which, by the way, is super common in high-energy breeds, they are absolutely going to look to you for entertainment. Following you is just their way of saying, hey, let's do something. But on the flip side of that boredom is this profound emotional empathy. Dogs can actually sense human emotions. It's true. They can tell when you're happy, when you're sad, or when you're totally stressed out. And when they feel like something is a little off with you, they'll intentionally stay closer to your side. It's their way of checking in. It's almost like they're saying, I'm here. You're not alone. This incredible emotional intelligence is exactly why dogs will often shadow their owners way more closely during difficult or stressful times.
Let's shift gears a bit for Section 4, Recognizing Canine Separation Anxiety.
Now, I do want to drop the energy just a little bit here and take a slightly more serious tone, because we really need to issue a necessary warning. While following you is usually just a sweet sign of love, instinct, or habit, doing it all the time isn't necessarily always a good thing. Sometimes this shadowing behavior can actually become a major red flag, and we really need to clearly delineate between a healthy attachment and separation anxiety. Look, a healthy dog loves you and obviously wants to be near you, but if your dog completely panics the second you leave, if they bark excessively, if they start destroying things around the house, or if they absolutely cannot stand being alone even for a very short amount of time, well then it's not just love anymore. At that point, it's severe anxiety, and that's something that requires our patience and some focused training to really help them overcome.
Bouncing back up for Section 5, How to Respond Properly.
So, now that you're armed with this newfound understanding of your pet and exactly why they're following you, what should you actually do about it? Well, let's build this into a clear, structured action plan for you and your furry friend. Step 1. If you realize they're following you out of pure love, honestly, just enjoy it. Embrace that amazing bond. Step 2. If you figure out it's boredom driving the behavior, Simply give them a bit more playtime and stimulation. Burn off that energy. Step 3. If it's just a learned habit where they're constantly expecting treats, you can gently train them to stay in their place. And finally, Step 4. If it really is anxiety, work with them to help them feel secure even when you aren't in the room. The absolute biggest takeaway I want you to have here is to remember that your dog is not trying to annoy you. They're simply trying to connect with you.
And that leads us to our final section, Section 6, You Are Their Whole World.
I want you to really, truly think about this the next time your dog follows you around the house. Don't just ignore it or get frustrated. Just stop, look down at them for a second, and realize the profound weight of what you mean to them. You are not just an owner. You are their world. You are their safety. You are their happiness. To them, you are absolutely everything. It's a massive, truly beautiful responsibility, and I promise you, it completely changes how you view that little shadow following you into the kitchen.
Because in the end, the real reason they follow you might be something you never even thought about.